feel that?
Let's have a little feel.
What a massive bag of, well, crop.
Oh my word, that is bizarre.
I know, it's mad, huh?
My goodness, the crop that she has, that sort of storage area for food, is absolutely massive. It's a handful of grit. It's astounding. But within that, what you can feel is obviously food, because the crop is there to basically hold food before it goes further down the gastrointestinal tract. It's kind of like the larder cupboard of the chicken, really.
Okay.
But actually behind that, there's a thick, like, web of something. So this crop has become impacted with something. It's continued to fill, it's stretched, and now it's actually falling over her breastbone. And so it's just not emptying normally the way that it should. So what we need to do is actually X-ray and just see exactly what lies beneath. And if it's large enough, we're going to have to go in and perform surgery.
This chicken is going through something right now. It's uncomfortable for her, and she's about to go through an X-ray, most likely surgery.
Say bye.
So you can feel that element of pressure, like the kids are waiting for this chicken to come back all well and fixed by Scott. So yeah, that's a bit of pressure for him there.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hi.
Reagan and vet Tina will be assisting Scott.
What is that?
I know.
Hey?
Isn't that the most massive crop you've ever felt on a chicken in your entire life?
Very big. Let's check her weight. Hey, big girl.
Can we weigh you,
that's pretty
sweetheart? Good girl. Okay, so at the moment, you're about 2.47 kilograms of chicken.
Come on, Jane. Let's go get some pictures.
Let's go and X-ray a chicken. Unfortunately, Jane's condition literally won't right itself. And already today, I can feel that her crop is warmer, so it's starting to ferment. That will make this girl really unwell. And if we don't do anything, it could eventually lead to her death. Okay, stay still, Jane. X-ray. As you can see, a lot of material. That's very likely to be grit, which is absolutely normal. But what you can't see on here is what I can feel in the crop of Jane. So it's a little bit like a block drain, I suppose, in that what we've got is this sort of thick mat of, feels like fibrous material. It could be hay, it could be grass. And that's meaning that the food isn't passing through, it's remaining in the crop. The crop is stretching, and then therefore food stays in there longer. It stretches more, so it's a little bit of a deteriorating cycle. So all of that needs to come out. Unfortunately, we do need to perform surgery, and the interesting thing is I think an anaesthetic is probably even more risky. So I think it's far better that we just try and do this while she's conscious. Birds don't do very well under anaesthetic. They're quite prone to stress, but also, unfortunately, with this particular condition, she could regurgitate during the surgery and then breathe that in, get aspiration pneumonia and die. So there's lots of major risks, and all of them can be reduced by performing the surgery conscious.
Does that mean a local anaesthetic then?
Yeah.
Luckily, she's quite a relaxed chicken, so hopefully she'll sit quite still for you.
Yeah, she seems very good, doesn't she? Okay. Well, let's get to work. I'm just going to pluck this first. First, we have to pluck poor Jane's crop, and then I give her the local anaesthetic, which is going to sting a little bit. But she seems to be taking it in a stride. She seems quite calm and quite relaxed, but who knows how she's going to react when I start to cut. She's a little stressed.
I know.
Okay. Right. Everyone ready for this, because I don't know what's going to come out. I also don't know how she's going to respond, but it needs to be done. It feels very strange to have my patient looking at me whilst I'm doing this sort of thing.
Hey, Jane.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to go into the crop now. So expect a really appalling smell.
Oh.
Jane has an impacted crop, so basically what I believe is that she's eaten something that she shouldn't, like long grass, that slowed down the transit of food down into her gastrointestinal tract, and it means that I need to go in and get it out. Oh, man, that's rancid.
Oh.
Look at all this stuff in here. Oh, my God. It's not nice. There we go, here's the big thing. Wow, this is what I could feel. That is the problem right there. Oh, that is grim.
Jane, how are you still alive, my love?
How is she still alive? Look at
Oh
that.
my God.
Oh my God, it's still coming. Oh my God. Oh.
That's disgusting.
Oh, that smells. Oh, wow, that is rank.
All right, Jane.
Good girl.
Oh.
Jane's crop was full of really long grass, which has probably been building up over months, and it started to ferment, and it's giving off a gas, which leads to a really rancid stench. So if we can stop her access to that, then we might not have this issue come back.
I can't believe how amazing she's been.
Yeah. What I want to do now, Reagan, is just give it a bit of a flush, and then I'm going to start to close. Extraordinary.
She's actually watching.
That's off-putting. Yeah. The bizarre thing about performing a conscious surgery on an animal is that they can look at you while you're doing it. And Jane has her beady eyes literally set on me, and it does make her quiver a little bit because it's an incredibly gruesome surgery, but she's taking it like a trooper. She's amazing, isn't she? I don't think I'll ever look at a chicken the same way again.
No, she's very, very brave.
There we go. And that is our first conscious chicken crop impaction surgery.
Are you
Done.
picking? Should we see how much she weighs quickly?
Yes, that's a great idea. Jane's pre-surgery weigh-in, she weighed 2.47 kilograms, but after removing a huge amount of muck from her crop, I'm really interested to see what she weighs now. Okay, the moment of truth. Yeah, all right,
Oh,
yeah,
so-
good girl.
Good girl.
So she's 2.235, so over 200 grams
Yeah.
of grossness
Of yuckiness.
removed from your crop, eh?
Now you look like a normal chicken again.
200 grams might not sound like a lot, but for a chicken like Jane, it's 10% of her body weight, which is massive, and it really will make a difference to her comfort levels now it's out. Here we go. There you go. All right. Yeah, you're gonna feel so much better. Because Jane's crop was distended for so long, it's become very stretched and very baggy, and even after the surgery, that isn't going to improve. So I do need to find a way to help to manage that so that she never suffers with crop impaction again. Gonna need to talk a little bit about support, aren't we, eh? Yeah, stop that crop from filling up like that again. Morning, Jane. Hello, baby. Hello. Good morning to you. Bright and happy, very talkative this morning. Come on then.
Next morning in Isleworth, Jane, the school chicken, has recovered well after the unusual procedure to clear a massive blockage in her crop.
Yeah, happy girl this morning, aren't you? Eh?
Hello.
Hey.
Hiya.
Scott's wife Zoe has arrived to take Jane back to the school.
She looks fab.
Yeah, she's doing really, really well.
So when I first see Jane, it's very obvious the difference. Her crop, although still a floppy crop, for lack of a better phrase, it's a lot better than it was. And she's looking fabulous.
The only thing, however, is that because that crop was distended, was stretched for so long, unfortunately it is a little baggy and it will remain that way. So
That's a bit rude.
it's a little
That's
bit rude. I'm sorry, honey.
So she will forever have a floppy crop.
She will. What happens now is that every time she eats, Jane's crop is going to fill up, it's going to hang over her breastbone. It means that the food won't transit through her gastrointestinal tract as it should, and unfortunately this will mean an ongoing issue for Jane. Also, you can see her posture's affected. If I provide a little bit of support, you can see she immediately stands up. So what we need to do is something that I have never done before. I have
Okay.
never prescribed said treatment, and it sounds like I've made it up, but I haven't. It's a crop bra. A lot of ladies that might be quite well endowed in the front department,
Right.
they need support. So what I've ended up doing is doing a little bit of sort of like, primary school craft work, where I've used one of our surgical masks and attached it then to a little bit of padding here and sort of special support of the crop just in the centre there. It feels like we're on an infomercial.
It's very lightweight, very supportive, and very attractive.
Call 0800 Chicken Bra.
Of all the random stories that Scotty has told me about things he's had to do to assist animals in their welfare, a chicken bra, I think, probably is the weirdest.
So that's where your crop is. So you just want to go underneath there.
Okay.
And then hold it. So what we're going to do is place one around her neck, okay? And then the other one goes underneath the wings.
Okay.
So that's just going to support that crop.
Okay.
Keep it up. Keep this girl eating and happy.
Oh my goodness.
Happy.
All those years in vet college, and this is what has come to.
Yeah, putting a bra on a chicken. I've arrived. I'm really glad to have been able to help Jane, and even though I've given her a rather amusing bit of clothing to wear, I hope that her flock will accept her for who she is, a lovely girl that just needs a bit of support.
I now have to go and explain this to a school.
Yes.
As to why the chicken is wearing a bra.
But think of it this way, it's the you only have to explain it to the teachers have to explain it to the kids.